My name is Josie Miller. I am a junior philosophy and theology double major at CUA. At CUA in the philosophy school, there are a lot of opportunities that you don't get in other places. I know when I came to CUA, I was actually an English major, and I changed before I even had my first class because I had known that I really wanted to do philosophy. I had taken some courses in high school, and I just knew that it was something I was good at. And when I was a freshman, I had already decided to become a philosophy major. But what really set me on my decision and, um, really enforced the idea that this is what I was meant to do was actually the learning community classes that you take. So I'm an honors student. So as an honors student, I took two philosophy courses as a freshman, one each semester. And they were of a little bit of a higher caliber, only because I ended up having a really amazing professor and the content was great. And doing that, I just realized how incredible philosophy was and how much it would really help me to think and help me to do well in my other classes. Also, I learned how incredible philosophy professors at CUA are. I have never had a philosophy professor I haven't liked. I'm very lucky to have had the associate dean, Dr. Forbeck, as my freshman philosophy professor, but there have been so many others that I just, they're all experts in their fields. They're all highly published. Just I can't say geniuses, but they're absolutely incredible, and it's wonderful to have had them. The class sizes are very small, which is very nice because I know I've had friends at different schools of philosophy who have had, big classes like 50 people, which isn't really conducive. But at CUA, it's not a problem because the classes are about 25 people at the most. That's the biggest class I've ever had. But I've had ones as small as 12 or 13. And your professors are always the ones reading your papers. They're always the ones who you can speak to. There aren't really any TAs. And if there are, they're mostly just like assistants in some way to the professor. But you really have one-on-one access with your actual instructor so that you can really get to have a relationship with them and really get to know them, and they can really get to understand you and your work and to see your improvement, which is really really important. I know for most of my classes I haven't really skated by. Most of them I've started with lower grades and then moved my way up with their help and with their feedback. um, so the philosophy school in general, the academics are great, but also the community is really good. Um, I know most of my friends, ironically enough, are philosophy majors or have picked up a major or a minor because it's really easy since you've already taken two courses. But I've had friends that they don't like. They're like, "Oh, this is so hard. I can't do it," but they love learning it. They love learning metaphysics and phenomenology and all these things because it's interesting and it helps them think in their other classes and their theology classes and their English classes and their politics classes. I know a lot of students double major. I myself am a double major in theology just because that's what I wanted to do. But I have friends who are double majors in, oh, I don't know, English, psychology, math is a big one for some reason. And it's really cool because you learn how to be a better student as a philosophy major. The things that I've learned about how to read texts have been really important for me in reading theology texts because just being able to analyze things logically, point out arguments but also conclusions that they make and distinctions. It's useful in everything you do. When it comes to a career and such things, I was actually offered a really amazing internship this summer for Alex's Lemonade Stand, but I want to go to law school, so I ended up declining it and focusing on my, LSAT studies. And I know a lot of people are really focused in the philosophy school on taking the LSAT. And you don't have to be a pre-law major in order to want to be a lawyer or be a philosophy major that becomes a lawyer. I'm not pre-law, but philosophy students are some of like philosophy majors are some of the majors that score the highest on the LSAT. So, it's really good. There are lots of opportunities. I know a lot of like the reason that I was offered that internship was because the man that I was interviewing was struck by, how well I could speak and think on different topics when asked questions. And mostly it's because when you're a philosophy major, you're just taught how to think logically and be clear in the way you talk, be clear in the way that you write. And I know it's incredibly useful for many fields, not just law or politics. It's useful for everything because everybody needs to know how to think and everyone needs to know how to write, or most people do at least. But academically, it's been wonderful. I know something I was very lucky to have was I went to Rome for a semester last fall, and it was absolutely incredible. I was able to just take one philosophy course when I was there, but that's only because I had done one of the requisites earlier. But they offered at least 2 philosophy courses, which were wonderful, taught by an incredible professor there. Um, there are other courses, it does not mess up your schedule very much. If you're have some very intense major, maybe it could be a problem, but I've had music majors, like someone who was a vocal performance major, a cellist, and a philosophy major, and he was able to go to Rome with no problems. He's even graduating early. So, they really do what it takes so that you can study abroad and also have um, a successful time in the philosophy school. And as a double major, it's never really an issue. Um, Other than that, I guess I would just say that CUA in general is one of the most incredible places I've ever been to. It is my home. I know right now it's really hard because we're all away from it, but I just I will never I will never regret going. I will never I can never like you can never under praise CUA for how incredible it is, for the small community that you make. I have non-Catholic friends who still love it. You don't have to be Catholic to come. You don't have to be Christian to come. You just, you come, and it's such a small community that of passionate people who just absolutely love learning and service and I don't know, just having a good time, but in a pretty chill way. And it's just amazing. And I absolutely love it and would recommend that anyone who's looking at it come to CUA because it's really my home away from home. So I hope that was helpful. And I really hope that you come to CUA. Bye.